Yo, what's going on? So I hope you do find this a lot more informative. Not only informative, but obviously on the title, that it's a very informative kind of like video where I kind of explain to you what it's like over here, my experience, and what you can kind of expect from doing this. And just because, it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, bro's probably not even in. This is literal proof. Like, bro has no reason to lie to y'all. I'm actually in right now. I'm currently serving and everything. And it's definitely one of those things where it's like life changing. Like, it definitely changes a lot of things because it's 4 years with like a 1 year extension. That's for me. It's one of those things where it's like, it doesn't sound like a long time, but it is a long time. It's like you're redoing high school all over again. Why, literally. It literally feels like I'm doing that all over again. And what you can expect, it's one of those things where it's like more mental. It's like you gotta be up here in the right headspace, and it's more of like a just preparing. I'm trying to think so I can word this properly. It's more of like preparing and everything, because there is times when you will be away from family for extended periods of time, and it's one of those things where it's like you kind of gotta, like, I wouldn't necessarily say fight it out, but it's like you're putting yourself in the position where you totally understand that you will be away from those people for a while. And it sounds easy at first, but then when you are there, it's like one of those things where it's like, dang. The way that I view it from my POV is that you're kind of going from one family to the next, because realistically you're not living on your own yet, but you're away from home. So it's kind of like you're switching parents for a little bit. That's my view on it. It's kind of like you're switching parents, and that's it literally what it is. Like, you're literally switching parents, because now you're not taking orders from mom and dad, but you're taking orders from so and so, because obviously the military goes by rank, and therefore if you're an airman, a seaman, a fireman, whatever the case may be, and there's people above you, you will have to take direct orders from them. That's kind of like the little rough phases of it. You have to be fully prepared in those areas that you might not get all the time in the world. It is a lot of it's a lot of work at times, but it's like more, sometimes like it feels, now that I am here, we're at the point where I'm at, it just feels like a lot of busy work at times, if you know what I mean. At least when you're not out to sea. When you're out to sea, I will say that if you're on deployment, expect to be working. It's 12 on, 12 off, 7 to 7 every single day for those 6 months out of the year that you're on, at least for our carrier, which is the USS George Washington. Correct? It's located in Yokosuka, Japan. I am out here. I'm gonna make more videos of me going out to town and stuff like that, so that I can kind of give you like a POV. But it's one of those things where it's like, this 6 month period, it kind of feels like we almost work 6 months out of the year and work another, and we're off 6 months, because those 6 months, it's 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and you honestly do get belted during that time period. But it's also what you're doing your job out there, right? As for whenever you're back in port, you're kind of chilling, maintenance around the boat, just things to kind of get the day going, to kind of consider it like a work day and whatnot. But it's fun. It is enjoyable if you come in with the correct mindset. But it is a big responsibility. There is a lot of rules to abide by. You can't do what you want to do 24/7, like what you did, obviously, as what they call it, a civilian. It's like a different platform almost, in a way. I'll go into a deeper dive of boot camp, A school, and all that stuff in prior or different videos. But this one, it's kind of like my experience and what to expect and what you can see and get out of it. So you may ask, why am I here? I'm mostly just here, literally, so I can get an education and I can get my VA loan. That's all I'm here for. And also to obviously serve and all that stuff, right? But everyone has their own purpose. That's mine. I'm here to do that because what I want to do down the road is something that I have found very intriguing for a lot of years, which I've already mentioned in a lot of videos, is obviously real estate. I like that. I like homes. I understand it. I read a lot about them. So that's off topic, but that is why I am here. And it's a small sacrifice for such a big payout at the end of the day, because the military does take care of you in a way, but it also, like, I will say, they are a lot harder on you due to past circumstances that happen with different sailors, whether it be sailors or whatever branch you are in, because we're talking about U.S. Navy. But they take care of you, but in the aspects, like, they're just kind of harder or rougher on you, right? So there's a it's a lot of, like, stress. It teaches you how to put up with a lot of stress, how to take it day by day, and understand that when you are out there, you're simply doing a job. You may get off because obviously they have gyms and whatnot to kind of distract you a little bit, ease your mind for other physical activities when you're off of work. But you also got to remember that sleep is very important when you're out there. It's so important. Oh my gosh. But what you can expect is there is a lot of good. There is a lot of moments where you do have lots of fun. Where, like, the pros, sometimes the pros definitely do outweigh the cons. Like, obviously, the cons would be things like, you know, like, sometimes, like, it might suck because you won't get as much food as you want, as much free time, but it's like a sacrifice. When you're going in, you know you're taking that sacrifice of, like, oh, hey, like, I know it's a lot more serious. This is something that's probably going to discipline me and whatnot. But it's also funny because what I expected when I joined was a very different expectation to when I actually got to the fleet. It's a very different expectation. It's a very different world. And it's so funny because, like, I just expected something, like, strict. Like, you know how you see those videos and they're yelling at, it's not like that. Not even in the slightest. You have to do something terribly wrong for it to even be in that kind of situation. But my experience so far has been good. Not amazing, but it has been very, very good. It's treating me good. I'm doing my thing. I'm already about like a little bit over a year and a half in. I got 3 more years, like 3 years and like 2 months left. Not bad at all. Like, it does go by fast. Time go by extremely quick when you're here. The weeks go by fast. The days go by slow sometimes is what we like to call it. And what can I say? My experience has been good. It's for me, it's literally just to being away from home, but it's also something that I knew in the back of my head when I got in, that it was going to be one of those things where it's like, hey, you kind of got to suck it up for a little bit. You know what? Like, hey, we're going to do this. It's going to be a small sacrifice. And what's so funny is when I joined, they give you a dream sheet when you're at boot camp to put where you might want to be stationed at. That's so hilarious. Japan was literally the last spot that I put. I did not want to be overseas. I would have preferred being out in the States, closer to home and everything. But hold on. Okay, I was on the experience has obviously been very good. One thing that I wish I could just alter a little bit, but I know that it came with it. Like, it's not for sure. Like, you don't get to, like, pick and choose or anything like that when you first join in. Now, if you re-enlist and stuff like that, which is a different topic, you do get to choose where you might want to go next or where you want to be stationed at. But I didn't really have a choice, so I got put out here, and it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, I need to sacrifice. I came in, I knew I was gonna have to do this and that to get to where I want to be. It's the next stepping stone in my life of what I want to be in. And I can honestly say it has been a little fun. It's just to being away from family and all that stuff. Obviously from my girl and all that. That kind of does suck. It gets a big toll of me. But it's also something that I gotta remember. It's like, hey, like, it's a small sacrifice for such a bigger reward at the end of the day. That's all you gotta remember. And then, you know, the boat life. It's one of those things, man. It's like I said, a sacrifice. The boat life's a sacrifice. The base galley, where you eat and all that stuff, great. Most of the time, it's a very, very good place. Very nice. Super, super good. A lot of time to yourself when you're in port. A lot of time to yourself. A lot of time to focus, lock in, read, study what you want to do outside of here. That way, whenever you get out, you're not lost and confused about what you want to do with your life, your career, etc. So it does build you up for success. It just depends all on you. A lot of people join and don't do anything within these 4 or 5 years, and that's on them, because it does set you up to help you. It might be a hassle, and you might really have to literally earn it the whole time you're in, but it does set you up. Take advantage. You have to take advantage of every opportunity that does come your way, because it does teach you things. The only thing is that it does that you go your whole 4 years, and that's what hurts a lot of people, is you go all these 4 years taking orders, so you're only used to orders, not self-thinking or doing things on your own, per se. But it's kind of just like I'm all over the place a little bit. I need to be a little bit more organized on the next video about this. But it's mostly like that. You know, if you do the right thing, you will get treated great. Obviously, if you mess up, there's scripts or whatever, there's that potential that you will get yelled at. Obviously, we go into here knowing that it's a disciplined area, a place of nothing but order and respect. And it just teaches you to have more patience, be more disciplined, and be better overall. It is your choice whether you want to be better or a dirtbag, aka a shitbag as we call it. But that's kind of like a small little rundown of what it's kind of like right now. I'm enjoying it. It's just being away from home part for me that really does suck, and you only get like 2.5 weeks out of the year to go home after a deployment and after being in port and all that. Other than that, everything's free. You gotta remember, free gym, free food. Well, you don't pay the food, but you don't see that coming out of the thing. Like, you obviously get charged for that. And a lot of things are free. You really are like living on easy mode. You could say it in a way, but you are working. You know what I mean? Like, you're working, but you're living on easy mode because everything else is already done for you, paid for you. And you don't gotta worry about driving. You don't gotta worry about if you're gonna eat or not. Like, you're good on those aspects. It's the moment to be learning, to be saving up, and to be studying what you want to do after this, and to take advantage of that education afterwards. That's literally the stepping stone that I'm talking about. A lot of people blow their money. Horrible thing. You see, you think I'm joking, but it's that, and that's kind of it for right now. What I kind of think of off the top of my head. Sorry if I was all over the place. I kind of want to let y'all know what it feels like from my POV, and what to kind of like expect mentally, how you got to be prepared for all this, what you should know kind of in an aspect and whatnot, and the decision that I took and all that, because I haven't been here in a while, and I would like to let y'all know as to why I haven't, and that's the main reason. But hopefully I enjoyed, hopefully it was very informative, and if it was, you know, like it up, and I appreciate you for saying it.